Yo, can you hear me?
What's going on?
Hey, how are you?
Yeah, good man.
Uh,
Back home.
back home, hey?
Hey, back home.
How long you been back now? A few days? Week almost?
No, what is it? What's today? Tuesday? So 8 days. This is the eighth day.
Nice, nice. You back into routine?
Yeah, loving it. Back in routine. Like that day I landed, mate, straight away.
I couldn't think of anything worse. I honestly hate doing like any type of injection. No, I'll put it off. I hate it.
Well, I backload insulin needles.
It just gives me fucking like anxiety as it is.
No, it's easy.
Well, so you're pinning every day then?
4 days a week. So what I do is I'll backload at the moment. Well, at the moment, because John likes to escalate the PEDs up. So I'm backloading. I'm doing it 4 times a week. That's only one meal each time.
Like a mil through an insulin syringe is
Yeah, but I backload it. So I draw it in a big syringe,
yeah,
take the
yeah.
plunger out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Like I know what you mean, but pushing it through the actual 31, 30 gauge, whatever it is, like that's a mission in
it's
itself.
easy. It's the same as pushing it through a normal syringe with me. The same resistance.
Like, so you're doing a mil at a time, or you do like
Yeah,
half a mil.
yeah. So it's a meal one day, meal next day, like maybe meal. Then I might do my redels, and then because like towards the end of prep, I was still pinning 4 days a week, but it was three insulin syringes, so I could do one meal, and then one meal in the redelt, so I could break it all the meals apart.
Yeah, I I've only done it a couple of times through insulin syringe, and I just got the worst cork just because I was pressing so hard to get the oil through because it's so viscous. I just I just got the worst cork, so I just do. If it's in delts, I'll usually do what 25, 25 gauge and like 5/8 or something.
Yeah. But can you turn that down, please? Yeah. Well, I find that even with the normal syringe, I don't know, maybe because I'm just so fucking dense or something, but either way, I'm still my thumb cramps up no matter what syringe I use.
What, trying to push it in or
Yeah, trying to push it in.
scar tissue maybe?
I don't know, even when I started pinning in fresh spots, like my
Really?
arms and my rear delts, it's still like, "Argh."
So you're doing, are you shooting your arms?
Yeah, I'm trying to shoot my arms because I'm
What,
trying to stay away from my quads because I've pinned my quads for years since I started.
yeah, I don't like doing quads. Where do you do it on your quads? Like the upper outer?
Yeah, like the sweep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I, oh,
So I used to pump 6 mil in each quad.
no, absolutely no chance.
Straight up, mate. I do one 3 mil syringe and the next 3 mil syringe. And I do the same on the other side. I do 6 mil in one day back in the day.
Any more than 2 mil at a time, I just hate. I really don't like it. Oh.
Yeah. I don't like whatever. I'll just put it.
Yeah, I know. You got to do what you got to do. It doesn't help when like the milligram doses are like 100 meg per mil. That's
Yeah.
if you're pushing like a marathon
That's
like you are.
Yeah, that's what I hate about MVP and that. And that's why I got the T400. That saves a little bit of oil.
Oh, surely that's gonna call like hell as is.
No, it doesn't because you're having it with other stuff, so it sort of dilutes it. Because I got masked E250 as well, so that saves as well.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah,
Yeah,
that's pretty good then. Yes, there's nothing worse than you're pushing like Masteron or NPP, whatever it is, up to like the 5, 7, 900. You go
yeah.
a while like
Well,
and
I don't know what he's going to escalate it to, but he started a lot lower than what I thought. Because I only started on a gram a gear first week.
sorry, how much are you starting on?
I started on a gram, so it was 400 test, 600 mask.
And then you
That's
just
the start of my bulk.
just put an NPP, did you?
Yeah, then second week you already made the first escalate. Oh, that was also with the 10 IU Lantis and 5 Rapid and 2 GH. And now he's up to out of the MVP, it's 100 meg a week, 25 meg every other day.
Hmm. I really like
And
NPP.
then
I really like
you
it.
like MVP? Oh man, so much
Yeah,
better than Decker.
yeah.
I just feel Decker, I get more watery. You run into more blood pressure issues. especially because I like to push a bit fatter in the off season. You know,
Yeah.
you're gonna get the more lower back pumps, just more
I,
chance of decking.
I used that in my last prep. That was only at 600 or 400. I can't remember. It wasn't even that long ago. But yeah, I much prefer like the fast tracking of that. I just feel better. Like I just don't feel so like run down almost. If that's like a
Yeah.
good way to explain it.
Well, I know decking can cause some like anxiety. You know, people that are prone to it can cause like anxiety and depression issues.
Yeah, yeah, I've heard that too. I never really had too much like really too much anxiety or too much kind of like stuff going on. Like, but yeah, I can relate to that and I can kind of understand that. And the same with EQ. I hear people saying it without EQ, but then I'm fine with
Mm.
EQ. But
Yeah, I'm fine with it. EQ actually, I get good pumps on EQ.
oh yeah, well, I wonder why.
Yeah,
You're
the
right.
extra blood.
You,
What is it? It's basically like a blood doping. It's oxygenates your blood.
you
But
go
then again,
and it's
I
like
used
bright
to run it.
purple.
What was that?
You go draw blood and it's like bright purple.
Yeah, I know they see. I used to, they used to say back in the day, like, oh, to get the EQ's effects, you need at least 800. But now, if I ever run it, I run it 400 max because I find I get those benefits of 400, but any high, it just raises your blood pressure.
Yeah, for sure. I've run it higher than that. I've run it back in the earlier days, 800, 900, and that
Mm.
was blood pressure for sure goes right up. And
Yeah,
that was prior to kind of this whole
health.
health conscious movement that's kind of going on and, utilizing human grade and whatnot
Mm.
and kind of escalating. Whereas back then it was just, all right, start. Yeah, week one is like your last week of like the escalation kind of thing. Like it's all, like constantly all the way through. But yeah,
Yeah,
for sure. But I feel the best on test MPP and EQ.
yeah.
That's what I like. Just the combination of all three. I feel like it's a pretty good sweet spot for me.
I like test mask, or if talking off season
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
courses, test mask, MVP, and then yeah, I'll add EQ as well, but
yeah.
only to 400 max, especially towards the end of the mass when you like, you need that bit of extra oxygenation because you're so unfit.
But like you'll get to the stage where like so you already like peak off season in terms of food and whatnot. Just brushing your teeth, you're just going to get a pump. Adding something like that, it's
Oh,
just you can't even fucking walk for like 3 minutes.
yeah.
So that happens to
Oh,
me. Like in the off season, my lower back, it just gets so pumped so quickly. Like I just can't walk. Like
yeah.
it's like it's. I'm surprised how good it is now. Because previous off seasons, like mate, like I'll be doing the dishes, just I'll be bend over slightly, just trying to like scrub them, and just back just blows out. Like
Mm.
it's
Yeah, Mrs. The other day, I finished early. She's like, "Oh, you said go for a walk." I'm like, "Oh, fuck." Trying to keep the steps down. Like 5 minutes into the walk, I'm like, my back's fucked.
yeah. So what does John do to slow that down or to stop that? Has he got anything?
Well, I know he wanted to keep me leaner, but I'm been eating a bit too
Yeah,
much.
you want to start pushing things harder. You want
Well,
that
I'm
Christmas.
21 kilos over my morning weight for nationals.
Really 21.
Yeah, so but look, that's just how it works for me. Like, and
Everybody's
I'm
different.
starving. I'm eating 5,500 calories a day. I'm starving.
Yeah. As,
Like, I
as
just
long as
for
long
me,
as
it's always worked. Yeah.
exactly. Everybody's different. Everybody's got their own approaches that work best and what don't.
Mm.
As long as you can progress and continue progressing as you
Yeah.
as you go through the off season, that's really all that matters.
I think my body is just because I've always sort of been that bit chubby because I'm such a food lover. It's fine sitting at higher body fats,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I can get lean. That if I couldn't get lean, I wouldn't let myself get as bad. But I know I can get peeled.
mm,
The weight drops quick as fast as it goes on.
yeah, for sure. I'm I'm cute. I'm only nationals. I stepped on stage at 110 and a half, and I'm 121 and a half this morning.
Mm.
So I'm only what like 11 or so up. Um, but just trying to take things slow. Food's still super, super low. I'm fucking starving.
Yeah, you're lean.
Still doing like half a kilo of veggies like a meal.
Yeah. Yeah,
Still
so I fucking like diminished all my diet fucking shit straight away. I'm like, I'm gonna stop using sweetener. I'm actually gonna use sugar and honey. Like
yeah,
just start milking my oats. I'm like fucking
yeah, yeah. It's like that. I well, I was speaking to my coach yesterday. I just got some bloods done today, so hopefully make another increase to some food, and then we'll start adding in some of the peds. I don't know what we're gonna run, but it'll probably be like a Decker or like, MPP, like we said,
yeah,
for sure.
nandrolone.
Yes, something like
Yeah,
that. No, yet. Just keep it basic, I guess.
yeah. 19 Nors just give you that fullness as well.
Mm. I, do you like running like trend, like either a low dose trend ace in the off season
No,
or
I never touch trend unless in a prep.
yeah,
I just don't feel like it's worth it. I feel like even if it doesn't personally disrupt my sleep, it might not. Maybe it might not get as good sleep quality, so I'll just stay away from it.
yeah. So it's funny because I don't get any sides from it. In terms of sleep, I definitely get more like frustrated easily and all that stuff, but that's
Mm,
mainly just from low food, cardio,
yeah,
etc. But in the off season, yeah, I've only used it a couple of times in the off season. I can definitely say that frustration, that like it's filling up your cup quicker than it usually
yeah,
does. I guess there's the best way to
yeah.
describe it. Um,
Yeah, I know some people say like, "Oh, trend doesn't affect me," and you're like, you know damn well it does. They just can't see it.
they're, they're just not checking their blood work.
Yeah, or they don't have a girlfriend; they're single.
Yeah, or they haven't checked their blood pressure and it's like 180 over like 90.
Yeah,
That
yeah. Nah, this is not worth it. I feel like it's if you're gonna run that, you'd be way more beneficial running like more mass or more MVP.
mm, yeah, for sure. Do you have a top threshold for NPP? Do you stop at a certain dose like you
I,
do on the
the
queue?
highest I've run at 700 with Matt Jansen, but no, I've as high as it needs to go.
Mm,
The what I'd be worried about is like the higher you go, obviously the more estrogen conversion. So
mm,
I'd probably max out maybe the most 1400, 2 mil
mm,
a day,
yeah,
and then after that, because you'd have to run master accordingly. So if you're running that at one point, it depends how lean you are. If you're leaner, you can go higher on it and lower mass. But if you're deep in the off season and the body fat I get to, if I was running something ridiculous like if I got up to 1400 p, I'd have to run at least 2.4 mass with it.
yeah. And you don't like using any like CERM AI, whatever it may be, to help that. You just only run the master run in conjunction with it.
Well, just I guess it would depend. If I started getting gyno and estrogen issues, I could.
Yeah,
I'd like to stay away from them as much as possible though, because AIs, screw your lipid panel.
yeah, for sure.
I mean, high gear is not good for you either, but I'd rather run more anabolics than AI because I'm like, more chance of growth.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just plug up the estrogen with Mars. The thing
Yeah.
is, Mars doesn't convert. So if you're the fatter I am, generally the less test and MBP I run, I'll keep that lower and just escalate Mars. So
Mm.
the highest I probably go is 700 with MBP because a meal day is easy, and then maybe test. I'll probably even just keep it where it's at that 400 mark, and then just ramp Mars as high as I need to go. You can take that up to 5 grams.
Yeah. What do you think of this whole movement of Master Run Primo being the main driver and its effectiveness in comparison to,
Yeah,
say, Angeline?
yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's a marketing thing. I don't know, but I feel good on high mass, so it works. Like I like it, but at the end of the day, like just take whatever you can get your hands on. It's milligram for milligram. It's all anabolics are going to grow you at the same rate. Milligram for milligram, whatever you take, it doesn't matter as long as your total milligrams. That's what matters at the end of the day. What
Mm.
matters is how your body uses that. So
Mm.
if you're someone who's like me, highly estrogenic, like I hold body fat easy, especially around the hips and bum, which means you're generally more estrogenic because it's like those areas, and my estrogen goes high, then generally it's better to run lower things that convert, because you're going to lose a lot of that the androgens to conversion of estrogen.
What is your
So
issue?
therefore, mast is better for me because I'll actually get the muscle growth out of it. It won't convert to estrogen.
What is your
People
estrogen?
that are leaner, like you could at the moment you could run higher MPP, higher test, and keep your mast lower.
For sure. What does your estrogen sit at prior to escalating master run or implementing it?
Normally if I'm on TRT, it normally sits about 300, 330.
Yeah, mine's around the same. Maybe like that low 300, high 250s, 290, 280, or somewhere around there. That's where it usually is. Even at 6 weeks out, I got bloods done at 6 weeks out, and my estrogen was sitting at it was like 240. So yeah, I kind of feel you on. I don't know why, but I do kind of hold more body fat in like the midsection. Like my upper body stays like quite or way leaner than it does in my lower body, especially like around like my legs, ass, whatnot.
Yeah,
Yeah, usually
that's
like
I
usually
get a
like
fat ass straight away. Fat ass.
yeah,
But I know. See, I tested my bloods near the end of prep. There, my estrogen was 1100.
1100.
Yeah, but then trading screws results.
Yeah, it's not
So
accurate. It's
hard to
yeah,
tell what the estrogen actually was
yeah,
because prolactin.
exactly. What's your
Do you
genre?
get gyno issues?
Sorry.
Do you get gyno issues?
No, so it's kind of weird. So in the off season, when I get like peak off season, it kind of grows and shrinks, right? So I don't
Yeah,
get like the don't get any like the sides, like the puffiness or soreness or anything like that. It just simply just grows a little bit and then it shrinks a little bit. Um,
yeah,
yeah, but I don't get any sides, which is weird.
yeah. I've never had gyno issues ever.
You know?
Never, nothing. I've run test up to 3 grams for a couple of weeks.
Mm.
It's like test only back in the day to trial it. Because I want to see where I feel good at.
Yeah.
That 1250 to 1500 was where I felt another level of like fuck.
Mm.
After I felt because the highest I ever run before that was 750. When I hit that like 1500, it was like another hit. I'm like, I actually can feel something.
Oh, really? I've
Then
never
anything after that was nothing.
I've never run test anything higher than 750 before, and that wasn't I didn't even use 750 on this last prep. I think the total so last prep it was 600 tests, 400 master and either 400 NP or 400 of Nandrolone or 600. I can't remember.
Yeah,
That's pretty much the entire stack all the way through until I switched out the Nandrolone for Tren. That was really it.
yeah, that's low. That's low doses.
I know. So like I keep saying to him, like I want to push things, but as you know, time will tell. I guess there's still plenty of room to
Yeah,
to
because I would have kept you tested and Angelo would have been fine, but I would have pushed you masked up to like at least in like the 1200 to 1500 mark.
yeah. I mean, I've never done anything like that before, so I've always been like. I mean, it's all like you look back at like at the moment, like in the current time, you think, oh, this is a lot, and then you look back and you're like, oh, like it's not. Same for like your food or your training. You look at how you trained 5 years ago. At that time, you're thinking, oh yeah, I'm training so hard. If you look back at it, and you're thinking, like, what the fuck was I doing? And
Yeah,
it's the same for this, I guess. It's all like an escalation thing, and I feel like I've got plenty more of water to wring out of the towel at these kind of doses before I
yeah,
start pushing things up. But again, I do want to. I do really want to push things. So I'm just at this point in time, I'm happy to do whatever. Or
yeah. So because you haven't officially started the mass phase yet, have you?
no,
Yeah,
we've just been pushing
you're
through.
still sort of in like you're just like in maintenance health sort of at the moment.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, how long has it been now? 6 weeks post 7,
Yeah, no, well, yeah, 7 now.
7. Yeah, so
Yeah,
technically, yeah.
because John wanted me to take 8 weeks off, so it would have been 2 more weeks after Canada. But because I said we might be going to Florida now to Mr. Olympia, I've got 19 weeks at home just like the day I land.
Oh, so
So I want to push push those whole 19 weeks on chems because when I go there, that's 3 weeks off. Plus, I come back for like 5 days, and then I'm up to Melbourne for John's seminar in
Oh yeah,
Melbourne. So I'm like, that's another 5 weeks off there already. So that'll be another maintenance phase. So let's make that a push phase in the at home while I've got access to all the chems. He's
yeah,
like, yeah, done.
yeah. It makes sense. It makes sense.
Yeah.
So what's he going to do from here? In terms of pushing things up, foods.
Well, at the start, he was like, we want to keep you leaner because you tend to get soft pretty quick. And I'm like, he's like, we want to keep you don't want to get too far from a show. But I said, I don't even want to think about shows. I said, all I want right now is to get as big as humanly possible. That's all I care about. I said, I'm taking like 2 years off. Like right now is my arms to get 3 inches on my arms, get huge as fuck, just big. He's in that case, if there's no show inside, he goes, well, let's fucking push as hard as you want then.
Yeah, nice.
So yeah, he's loosened the reins on me a bit.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, I mean, he's also like, what, 5 weeks out from Chicago. So he's like, yeah,
Right.
cool. Let's get
Yeah.
big then. Yeah, sweet.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So, well, so you got 19 weeks to push things up. Are you going to do like a half thing where he runs the reins, you do half, or you still letting him control?
Oh, he still controls everything. I'll take the gear he tells me and all that. It's just like, if I want something to eat, I'll eat it.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really struggle with the whole kind of, we're talking before about the whole food concept. I feel like I'm getting a little bit better. But just the whole concept of eating off plan and like I'll do it like, for example, like I'll have like an extra snack or like a extra piece of fruit or
Yeah.
here and there, which is easier on me. But then if I was to go out with a wife and have like a meal, like it really fucks with me. I really got to work on that. Because like just like what we were talking like a couple of weeks ago, like it's not going to do anything. Like
Yeah. And not only that, if anything, it's probably gonna be better for you. You gotta live as well because in prep that gets taken away.
yeah, for sure.
So you gotta be like, okay, we're in the off season. First of all, it's easy to lose fat. But to get time back with your missus, you can't buy that.
Yeah, 100%.
Fat's no worries. Just take it off. Like
For sure, for sure.
you just if you don't stress, you probably benefit from it. Like your body will soak it up. You just go, oh, fuck yeah, night off for the missus. Don't even worry about it. No, try to. Obviously, it's hard for us because we look at food and we're like the Matrix. We see the macros. We start trying to calculate it in our heads. Protein, fat. You just got to go out. I'm fucking want some fucking ribs, have some fries. We're in the movies. Let's get a bag of peanut M&Ms, some fucking chocolate.
Yes,
Like
like
relax and just enjoy it. It is what it is.
yeah. See, where I'm like I feel like I'm getting better, but like yeah, 100%. Like I'm still definitely a work in progress. Like we went out on the weekend, with with a bunch of friends, and you know, I'm like, fuck, like, what am I going to do? Like meals, like, I'm going to have this. So I have to work out how many carbs. Oh, okay, I'll eat a bit less of like my fat in the morning so I can compensate for this. I'm like, fuck, like, it fucks with me, man.
Yeah. You also got to remember as well, we're not professional athletes. We're not getting paid to do this.
Yeah, I know for sure,
Like
but
if you were on like $100,000 a year contract by a supplement company, and they're like, oh, you got to stay relatively lean because within 5 to 6 weeks we might ask you to do a guest pose, at any time in the off season. That's different, but we're fucking. This might never pay bills ever, or ever make us generate any money. We're doing this for fun, so you got to be like,
yeah, for sure. But at the
you're doing
same
this for
time,
fun. So your missus isn't seeing like, oh, what are you being so restrictive for? Because that's just a hobby.
yeah, I know. At the same, yeah, for sure. But at the same time, I feel like, yeah, to like this sport, you can't be like,
Hello.
hi,
Hello.
Ava, look, say hi. Put your tongue away. Okay, you got twiggles. Yeah. I totally forgot what I was saying. But yeah, anyway, it's getting better. So
Yeah.
slowly,
Just
slowly.
Look, if you know what, every time before you go out, look at that picture of Jay Cutler. He's bent over the table and he's
Oh
up
yeah,
like that. Just look at that picture every time you go out.
it looks like something off like off the old what's that movie like Ghostbusters, like that
Yeah.
big slobber.
Slobber, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we'll see. I just got to keep on working at it, and just like you said, it's not going to pay the bills. I'd like it to.
That's right. Oh, well, that's what we'd all want.
So what? So I know we talked about what we're going to do for our goals and whatnot. So let's go through that.
Yeah, do you want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first. So, obviously everybody wants to be the best and whatnot. Like that's pretty much given in any sport. So obviously that, but yeah, I have a joke around with like the wife around pro card and whatnot. But realistically, I'm nowhere near that. So at the moment, I just want to be the best. I just want to be in the mix. I want to be in the mix. I want people to talk. I want people to know. To know who I am. I want people to, you know, put me in their top contenders. That's all I want to be right now.
You want to be a threat.
Yeah, I want to be a threat. Um, that's like the near future. As time goes on, that goal is going to shift. And then so
your goal right now is becoming a threat, winning, but like, is there more? Like, what are you trying to do to achieve that pro card? Or is see? Because right now my goal is more a physique. I want to get to a physique before I even think about trying to go for my pro card
yeah,
again.
no, I'm not even.
You're trying to get the pro card.
No. I'm not. I'm purely chasing just wanting to be in the mix. I want to be in that top, like that top, like spot. That's what I'm chasing. Yeah.
So to get to that spot, what are you trying to do to achieve that? Like, what do you think you need to get to become the threat?
Everything needs improvement. Everything needs improvement. In terms of upper body, arms, more upper chest. Ava, come here, please. Upper chest, lat, or the lower lat definitely needs more improvement. But my waist is really small, and I need to keep that small because I've got a good tape, and I really like the way that it looks. And I feel like if I was to blow that out, it would just stop, please.
Do you do vacuums in the off season?
Okay, yeah, I do. I can, and I do practice them. Some preps more than other. Last prep I did them, maybe once or twice a week, just after abs, like really quickly. And I
I
find,
just been like, I'm brushing my teeth. I'm trying to hold my
yeah,
abs tight, my TVA, like the whole time I brush my teeth, and then like if I'm driving, if I ever remember, I'm like, okay, while I'm driving, I'll try to hold my fucking stomach tight and in a vacuum position. Like, I
yeah,
always try to do it just in life as much as possible.
yeah. Hold up one sec. She's just got something.
Yeah, no worries. Coffee.
um, yeah, for sure. I did that occasionally towards the end, but it was more just around training, like in between like abs or whatever. But as long as I can do it when I'm on stage, and so it definitely does accentuate kind of the small waist that I do have already, and that is a big goal for me to keep the small waist. I think if I was to blow out my waist and make it any larger than it is, I think it would just throw off the whole vibe and the whole look.
Yeah.
And the waist for me is a kind of like the main feature of my physique, because if you look at my lats, they're not overly low sweeping. I don't have the largest clavicles. My quad sweep is quite minimal. Even though my legs, I feel like aren't so much of a weak point, but they definitely
How
can.
tall are you? How tall are you again?
Sorry,
How tall are you again?
6'1".
6'1". Yeah. That's tall.
Yeah. So like so if I was to keep my waist in, it would definitely help. In terms of like my legs, like my teardrop is so developed in compared to any other portion of my leg. It doesn't sweep out like yours does, or like your traditional guys. It's very like blocky. It reminds me of like a Brett Wilkin almost. His legs are kind of like a rectangle. Uh,
Yeah.
they come off at the knee on the outer head, but then like towards like the middle of the quad, it doesn't really have that flare. it comes out of the hip okay, but other than that, they're very
I mean,
square.
you've also got less sweep because you're taller. That's an unfortunate about your tools. The only reason we might have the same muscle, we have the same muscle mass, but mine's squished.
Yeah,
Yours is longer.
well, yeah, but like I just need to get bigger. That's really what it is. Because I'm so much taller, I just need more time to fill out the frame. You know, realistically, 110 at 6'1" is not that big.
Yeah, because you want to roughly be, you want to at least be a 300 pound off season, and then like what 115 on stage.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. I think like the high like 110s, like
Yeah,
118, like something like that would be a pretty good spot. I don't know when that will be. You know, obviously I want to put on as much tissue as I can in the off season, but where however much I can put on is what's going to happen. So it's got to continue that really.
yeah. There's always that spot, that fucking weight you hit, and you hit a wall, and it's like you're full as, and it's a struggle to get that weight. There's that spot, and every off season you get that little bit higher over it. But there's always a spot you hit every off season where you're like, yeah, I'm fucking. It's a struggle town now.
I hit 132 last off season. I think that's what
That's good.
is that 300?
Yeah.
I don't know.
130, 136,
So I was what
roughly.
low 290s. That was the
Yeah.
heaviest I got. That was yeah, that was
It probably would be 290. Yeah.
yeah, something like that. But we'll see. Like I'm like not too far off it now, really. So and it's still pretty good nick. So we'll just see what happens, really.
Yeah. That's good.
But
Well, I'm definitely going to beat my last off season weight.
yeah,
So
sure,
I hit 115 and that was a struggle.
yeah.
And I was 113.8 yesterday.
You're not far.
I'm gonna be like this. I don't know about to tell my fucking head.
Legit. So what you
But
going?
yeah, I'm the same as you. Like I need to get bigger everywhere,
Yeah.
but I want to bring up my arms more than anywhere else, just because otherwise they're gonna get way too far behind.
Do you think the site injection is helping, or not
Nah,
site injection, but
nah.
like
Maybe mentally, but it's you know what it's like. It's got to break down and go in your blood. It's got to digest
yeah, I
through
know.
your
But
liver.
I always felt like for example, if I shoot my delts and lats, um, I find that if I get a cork, for example, in my lat, I go train lats, I can feel that side of my lat.
Yeah, I mean, look, I shot my quads for years. And I got quad sweat, but yeah, I just don't know. I don't know. Like
Yeah,
like because I I've studied this stuff. It doesn't make sense to me. How it literally physically can't give you enhancement. The only way it could maybe is because you're breaking down tissue with the pin. When it rebuilds its growth, but it's not from the actual oil itself. It might just be because you're doing damage like you do in the gym that the
yeah.
muscle has to rebuild. I don't know.
Have you tried Mediform?
Try what? Sorry.
Like the hyaluronic acid?
Nah.
Apparently that's pretty popular in like the UK and whatnot.
You mean for like sight enhancement?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
No,
not it's not permanent,
like
it just cuts water.
yeah, like synthol.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
synthol will stay there. It's oil, so you do that. But in terms of like the hyaluronic acid, it'll look. I've never done it. I don't know too much about it, but from what I've read, you shoot it wherever you shoot it, it just attracts water. Swells. It's like a cell swelling effect.
Yeah. So you lose definition. Yeah.
Potentially, potentially. But I mean, like, I don't think
Yeah.
anybody, if you do it in the right spot, like, obviously, you do it on like the long head of your, if you've got strided long head of your triceps, then yeah, you might lose it. But like, in terms of like anyone's biceps aren't the most detailed area of like the body, so it's not that bad.
Especially if you do it deep enough to lift the muscle belly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what?
So I guess we both got to fucking get huge.
All right.
I got to come to Sydney. We got to do a workout, and then we got to go get a post workout meal and see. Well, no, you know what we have to do? We have to do a 10,000 calorie cheat day each.
Oh, bro,
YouTube that
die.
and put it on this channel.
I'd probably die. I don't think
Easy.
I think I did a couple of thousand after the New South Wales show because I'm a diabetic. My sugar's for the next 48 hours were just absolutely ruined. Like I was going through like 120 IU per meal, like because I was just that much sugar in my blood that just would not like escape. It was crazy.
We'll just have fats.
That's just as bad. It just prolongs it. So if it's not for a day issue, it'll be like a week that I'm fucked for.
We'll see if we can eat a kilo of peanut butter each.
I love peanut butter, mate. I've got you down on that.
No, I'm more of a fan of like almond butter.
Oh yeah, I like almond butter. Almond butter's
Yeah.
good.
Mrs. has been experiencing just getting all the weird ones lately, like fucking that Fox brand where it's got like oats and seeds and shit in it.
I like those the ones from America, like the nuts and more. That
Yeah.
brand. Yeah, like the real funky flavors, like I don't know. Like I'm just throwing names out, but like it'll be like a caramel peanut butter or like
Yeah.
it's got like a bit of extra protein and whatnot.
There's the cocoa ones and shit here. What the best one that I've had is the macro brand, the almond cashew and Brazil nut. That shit's the
Oh
bomb.
yeah.
But it only comes in this fucking little jar. I'm like, what am I meant to do with this little jar?
Yeah, I know.
Give me a
You have to go to
fucking big
Costco.
jar.
If you go to Costco,
No,
you can
but they have a big almond butter, but it's just almond butter. That's it.
yeah. But they've also got a mix too. It's like a different blend of nuts.
No,
Well, at least at the Costco that I've been to, I don't know if it's the same at your one, but
yeah. Well, my missus only found the almond one.
yeah, I mean the almond one's pretty good. I like the almond one, but at the moment I've been doing the sanitarium, like the natural. I think it's like the blue. The
Yeah, I
blue.
know what you're talking about. Yeah.
That shit's
And are
good.
you crunchy or a smooth?
I go back and forth. Hey,
Oh, I'm a crunchy. I got it. I'm a texture man. Anything I eat, it needs texture.
I really not just fucking
Yeah.
straight down the hatch for me. Oh,
Because even when I eat like a burrito, like everything's soft in there, so I get the crushed corn chips because I need a crunch.
yeah,
Like I have to have a breakup when I eat. It has to be at least two textures to my food.
really?
Yeah.
I've never thought like that. Hey, that's weird. That's
Yeah.
crazy. That's like what? So what if you do oats, for example? That's all like.
Like I like putting like cereal on top,
Oh yeah, okay,
so I get a bit of a crunch. Like I don't have to, but that makes me like food way more having textures.
I want to try that. I want to try that. Well, so what about like chicken rice?
Yeah, or some like what I normally that I just normally eat, but I normally eat both separate. So I might make like a
Okay.
salt my chicken, but then I'll put 0 calorie maple syrup in my rice. It's like it's dessert.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So then it's different in flavor balance.
So it's not
I
just
can,
it's flat
yeah,
like the opposite,
yeah,
sweet,
sweet and
savory.
savory.
Yeah, nice.
So
Okay.
I'm definitely more of a sweet and salty type guy than a sugar sweet.
Yeah, I'm more of a just straight chocolate. Just give me fucking chocolate.
Yeah.
I
See
say that.
me, I'll be like harsh squares of dark like lint 95%. And then I'd rather have like a loaf of bread with like garlic olive oil and just dip it in and eat fresh crusty bread.
I still need to try the gluten-free sourdough.
Yeah, that sourdough is the best, man. Yeah, have you tried it yet?
No.
Oh,
No.
if you're going to get one though, the best way to taste sourdough for your first time, you have to go get an artisan loaf, like from a bakery.
Oh, right.
The taste isn't really going to come through in a bought loaf.
Yeah, true. Because I did find the one that you sent me from Coles Woolies. I did find that. And I showed the wife. And we're going to get some, but then I was like, nah, I'll be like, I'm not going to eat it. It's on my
But
plan.
sourdough is good for you because like it's fermented, like kimchi, and like it's the fermentation stuff is good for your gut health.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to slowly start importing into the meal plan then from like
Yeah.
some. Um, it's that time again. We've got less than a minute
Yeah.
until
Share, and subscribe.
that's it.
That's
That's
all
it.
I'm saying.
I'll upload this.
Next one we'll go over maybe some season B, like start
Hmm.
because athletes should be getting ready. They should be in prep already.
Yeah, it should be absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, man. It's good chatting to you. I'll upload this
Yeah.
ASAP. Yeah. Easy,
All right.
bro.
Yeah. Take it easy. Go be a dad.
All right. See you, bro.
All right. Take it easy, man.
Bye.